And we have, for the first time ever on the channel, Mr. Nate DeBruin, also known as PhotoChad. How's it going?
It's going. You know, my life's crazy.
I know. You were expecting to be done with everything by this point, right?
I really was, yes.
Yeah. So for anyone that for some reason is not familiar with Nate DeBruin, he was, of course, one of the big witnesses in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, and his testimony was incredibly helpful for showing Kyle Rittenhouse's ultimate innocence, and also for showing a lot of the craziness going on at the Kenosha district attorney's office. So it's and the thing that is really unfortunate is that, when you are serving as a witness, you're there because you are required to be there by the court. You're served with a subpoena. If you try to ignore it, there are some significant penalties. And then when you're there, you have to tell the truth because you're speaking under penalty of perjury. So it's unfortunately, you've gotten a lot of blowback for your testimony because people, have somehow said that, you were supporting a murderer or whatever. But, at the end of the day, telling what you saw and what you heard, the photos that you took along the way, you did what you were supposed to do, and now you've gotten a lot of crap. And so that's kind of continued, right?
Yeah.
So for anyone that isn't really aware of the Zaminski trial, the Joshua Ziminski trial, it's related to the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. Do you want to give a little bit of background on that and your involvement in that trial?
So what I can speak on is my involvement in the trial, and that is I am subpoenaed for a photo that I took of allegedly Joshua Ziminski is in this photo by the right in front of a trailer that is on fire, tipped on its side that is on fire. And that is my only role in this trial. I am trying, it should have been open and closed real fast, but it got postponed, unfortunately. And I can't speak on anything beyond that into the new incident that has happened. I can't speak on that.
Okay.
But
you can. You're free. I believe in you. You can do it.
No.
Hey, now let's not cause any trouble here.
Yeah, seriously, we don't want to cause more trouble for than what you've already been in so far.
Yeah, I think get you guys all subpoenaed in.
I know I'm overseas. Good luck getting me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are they gonna cover my airfare or what?
Yeah, I know it's a business expense.
I'm writing this up as a consultation meeting. That's what I'm doing. It's all privilege.
Except that we're not giving legal advice, right? So, but yeah. So what has been, and you don't need to acknowledge any of this if it makes you uncomfortable or whatever. But what did come out is that you were supposed to testify on Monday about this photo, right? And on your way into the courthouse. I have seen footage of, security camera footage of Joshua Ziminski and his family, I guess, approaching you holding the big blown up version of your photo and kind of backing away from him. And there's sort of this confrontation that happens. And then what was reported by your attorney to Judge Schrader was that Joshua Ziminski came up to you, was harassing you about the photo, about your testimony, and that is completely improper. So for anybody that isn't aware of this whole timeline, so where trial was supposed to be happening on Monday, instead Judge Schrader upped Mr. Zaminski's bail from $1,000 to $14,000, and then he was subsequently arrested and I guess has been sitting in jail because I don't think he has that kind of money to get out of jail. And now they're investigating as to whether or not they should add charges for witness intimidation. So I totally understand you not wanting to comment, directly on this kind of stuff, because where there's an active investigation, it can get tricky to comment on it.
and I can I will say that I have talked to the detectives as of this morning that are investigating it.
Okay. So it is active and it is moving forward.
Correct.
So that's good. So since that time, it looks like Zaminski's lawyer filed a request for reduction of bail and basically to sort of fight against these new potential charges. I don't know if so those are public record.
Yes.
I don't want to share the images, of course, but I have seen it. I've got to say, I'm not impressed. Not impressed with the argument at all. So I guess we can point to, I mean, because you did say on Twitter that basically the whole argument is you've been somehow, using your popularity from the Rittenhouse trial and from the Zaminski trial to garner financial financial support from the public or whatever, and that therefore his bail should be lowered. That's the argument.
I don't know how that works exactly. How is what PhotoChad has or has not done relevant to the danger or flight profile of Zaminski, which is the factors for bail?
Yeah.
I guess they're trying to make a credibility attack, but honestly, I mean, the one thing that's been really clear from the previous trials is that, PhotoChad is the guy that you cannot shake the credibility of. When they took a run at you and they're like, hey, we didn't talk to you and we didn't ask you to change your testimony.
That was a great movie.
Stone-faced, yeah, you did. It's some of the most clearly honest testimony I've seen. So yeah, but they got to do what they got to do, right? They're running, a file for their clients there, so they got to do what they got to do. But it seems like a real reach, especially given how much this has blown up your life, there, Nate. And then they're like, "Oh well, we blew up this guy's life, but he's trying to rebuild. How dare he?"
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I took from it. Like,
yeah,
it's just
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it just didn't make sense to me when I first saw that motion. I was like, "Are you serious? Like, what does this have to do with anything?"
Yeah. And especially because, reading the argument, I was looking for where they tried to tie that to arguing that you somehow provoked him so that you could then go and garner financial support. But they didn't make that argument. They didn't even say that. They didn't they didn't say that it didn't happen. They didn't say that, you said something to provoke it to that you were somehow the initial aggressor. There was nothing along those lines. So I basically, like, my reading of Zaminski's request, the filing that they filed, the request for reduced bail, my reading of it is it's complete trash. It also I don't like trashing other lawyers. I don't like it. I don't really get joy
I'm
out
gonna
of it.
do it. I'm gonna do it right now.
Like, it is necessary sometimes.
But sometimes you find work product that is so bad that it just really irks you. Like this one, it felt like it had been written in 10 minutes because it felt like it had been just copy pasted from another one that this attorney had used elsewhere.
Oh, that totally happened. Oh, that for sure happened.
God.
Yes.
Oh
yeah.
No. As I'm fond of saying, plagiarism isn't a sin in our profession so much as a collective pastime.
Yeah.
We believe in the plagiarism. We plagiarize the ever living shit out of each other. It's great. So yeah, the fact that this copy pasted, I believe that. Sure.
Yeah. Oh,
Just
well, I mean,
is,
in the first paragraph, the petition refers to the defendant as a woman. So that's a pretty bad oversight. Sorry, Ian, I totally just talked over you.
Oh, there's a difference though between I'm reusing an old precedent in order to to save time, because you don't want to rewrite everything from scratch. That's no lawyer's doing that. But when they go through and they like leave in old names and
you're gonna want to proof that one.
Yeah, you got to check that.
Proof that one.
Yeah, for sure.
But it might be possible that in my career I might have made a copy paste mistake before once or twice. So
But this one, I mean, this one was, I mean, that's not the only like typo mistake here. It also refers to Judge Schrader as Jude Schrader, like Jude Law, Jude Schrader, and then like and
Like an alternative spelling of judgment now? Is that what we're going for?
no, it's like literally they just missed the G.
Okay, yeah. Which is very sad because he is the G, and
Yeah, and then it's like it basically just copies and pastes sections of Nate's Give Send Go website, communications that he has from there, and where one oh hello Mr. Good Logic,
Hello.
how are you?
How are
Hello.
you, Mighty? Oh, you're not Mighty. Yeah, my British is terrible.
So we were just talking about the petition by Zaminski's lawyer to request a lower bail than $14,000, and I was talking about how terrible it is because it looked like it was drafted in about 10 minutes and didn't have any kind of review over it before it was submitted. But it's like it has sections from the Give Send Go website, but it doesn't have any clear indications of like where this attorney's argument starts and where and then where it's interjected by portions from the website, and then it doesn't and then it kind of transitions back into argument, and then it goes back in. But it's like you really have to kind of it's not very well put together to make things clear.
Hodgepodge is the word we use.
Yes. Yeah. So and on that note, speaking of the Give Send Go website, there is a link down in the description below to it. Nate did not ask me to do this, so Mr. Zaminski's lawyer, if you happen to be watching, this was not requested. Nate, I consider a personal friend of mine now because he's been over to my childhood home. He's met my family.
What's the coupon code?
He narrowly escaped.
What's the coupon code?
There is no coupon code, but I also put it in the chat just now.
I do just want to say, is that my new Give Send Go one? Because my old one is disabled.
Oh shoot! Let me take a look.
It should end in a 2 if it's the new one.
Oh no, it ends with a 4.
You're like living back in 2020 or something.
I guess so. Let me see here. No, but it has recent donations as recent as photos by Nate D2. Yeah, no, this is right.
Okay.
This is correct. Okay, sorry.
Do I have to be like PhotoChad?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Yes, you have the shirt that I gave you or that I sent you, after you get. I realized this was also a missed opportunity. I should be wearing my PhotoChad t-shirt that you gave me when we met up in California.
You could change. Just saying, we'll hold it down for you. Instead, you want to pimp your own channel with a Legalbytes shirt.
I know, and I already have the mug. I might do that. But I really do feel like you're a friend of mine at this point, like I said, you had dinner with my family, you narrowly escaped Omicron, even though basically the rest of us got it. So I want to send out your Give Send Go again to make sure that if anybody else wants to donate, please do, because obviously this means that because the trial has been extended, that means you have more more time with an attorney representing you, which means more legal fees, more time talking to lawyers, of course.
That's a benefit though. And more time with lawyers, man, that's great.
Everyone wants that, right?
A dream come true.
You should be paying them. Oh wait, you are.
I know.
No.
But the what was I going to say?
Because I love.
So it's this increases your expenses, of course, on top of everything, and the whole reason why you set up, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that the whole reason why you set up the Give Send Go was because of the expenses now that you have to pay for just for being someone who happened to be in a place where something happened and you had to testify, and people have a lot of feelings about that event.
Absolutely.
So.
And that's one thing about this the motion. The very last like couple of sentences where it says, therefore, I respectfully request that Zaminski's bond be reinstated to the amount that it was already in effect prior to Attorney Rose and DeBruin asserted themselves into the Mr. Zaminski case. I didn't insert myself. I was subpoenaed. Like,
Yeah.
Was asserted or something. Yeah, but that's not fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just
I
a
mean,
guy who took some photographs. You know,
Yeah.
you're a guy. I mean, you're a
It's
guy who
not
took the
even-
photographs. These are the photographs I took. Are these the photographs they took? Yes, they are.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, what more do you want from me? Really, you know?
Yeah. Witnesses don't get to decide if they participate in a trial. Like they don't get to say no. They don't get to say, you know, throw me on the field, coach. So like
there's really good reason for that, right? Because, you know, if you're sitting there and a critical witness for your defense is somebody who hates you, you still want to be able to drag them in. But
Oh,
you got to
yeah.
recognize that when we're dealing with witnesses, like most of them don't want to be there. You know, they've got day jobs. Court sucks. Nobody wants to go up and get cross-examined. Nobody wants to,
yeah.
you know, spend the day with Binger is not, nobody's going to buy tickets to that. So,
Yeah.
Well, I
no,
don't know.
exactly.
I was thinking that maybe it'd be a good career move to try and insert myself into the Rittenhouse trial so I can get subpoenaed by a district attorney and then go on the internet and basically ask people to help me out after I get harassed relentlessly by random strangers on the street.
That is a lot of vision. I'm just saying, if that was the plan, that is a lot of vision.
You would have to know even before the event happened to be there at the event, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man. So yeah, I mean it's and I've had other people from Kenosha also reach out to me talking about how they had to move and they've been kind of dealing with fallout related to that because of the all of the trauma that happened in Kenosha, and I guess is just continuing to be felt in so many different ways. So
Definitely.
I mean, yeah,
When you have to drive down some of the same roads all the time and see the same things that remind you of that night, or still dealing with it a year and a half later, and it's just it's gets to a point where it's easier to just take myself out of that situation, and it's nothing like, oh, I don't hate Kenosha, but for my well-being, I can't live here.
yeah.
And
No, I
that's
definitely
tragic.
understand that. Yeah, and it's hard because like that's when that's your home, the place that you call home. Like who wants to leave home, right?
correct. Like my
yeah.
parents live here, all my family lives here.
Yeah. Ugh, man, that's rough. But I totally understand that. So let's get a few super chats because I think we got some talking to you, Nate. So well, this one isn't, but so Bogey34 says, thank you, Kurt, for our daily unredded.
Unredded.
Tim Riggs says, I rarely super chat these days, but wanted to say hi to Mr. PhotoChad. Watched your testimony live and big respect to you for manning up and standing up to unnecessarily combative ADAs, my man. 100% agree.
Thank you.
100%. Yes. Britt Cormier says, look at law tubers getting based non-lawyers onto the streams. I can only assume it is a tactic to make me hate them less. However, this ploy will not work on me. My hate for them goes so deep, they will never be able to overcome it with these stunts. Well, I appreciate your hatred.
If that's what hatred looks like, right? Yeah.
Then I love it. Uncle Bob's Bees says, I have a Nate photo. The website doesn't do them justice. Order one now. Oh, that's a good point too. Hey,
Thank you.
Nate, if you want to send me a link to your website again, if you can, if you know where the private chat is on StreamYard, send it to me and I'll put it in the description also.
Okay.
So that would be good. And then one more. Anti-Commie says, I'm from Kenosha. I was at the event. Case is over, so I'm okay saying it. I carried Huber's corpse to the curb. Holy crap. I drive down Sheridan Road every day to work. Combat vet, so I'm not wrecked, but I get it. Oh my God. Holy crap. I had no idea. But, you know, like I said, every once in a while, people from Kenosha and from the area reach out and they talk about these things. And it's a lot. it's a lot to go through. And I mean, so combat veterans, you know, sometimes you've got other I guess other how should I put it, other conditioning, you know, like you've seen this kind of stuff maybe. So, you know, sometimes like, you know, wrapping your head around these kinds of events can be easier. But yeah, so anyhow, photosbynated.com. It's in the chat right now. So, and I will also put it in the description. So if anybody is interested in buying some of his awesome photos, do that as well. So that would be a great.
Hang on, I spelled that. That's spelled wrong. My bad.
Oh, oh no.
I don't know what happened.
Oh, is there an S?
Nathan,
Yes.
have you had a chance yet to update the labeling on it, or you haven't had a chance to do that yet?
I have not. I actually this morning met with detectives in regards to the intimidation case.
No, okay. No, the reason I was asking, he was when he was on my stream the other night. So what I realized is that some of the photos he has available for purchase are photos that ended up becoming exhibits in the Rittenhouse trial, which now make them like a piece of like Americana. So that's why I thought he's probably best off identifying photos. He takes a little research to find out what exhibit number was associated with him. But, you know, to reference it like from the Rittenhouse trial, exhibit, you know, 352, whatever. And that way it's like you're not just buying a photo that you like, but it's like, oh, wow, this is like a piece of like, you know, actual from the trial itself. That's kind of makes it like a little bit cooler. So I just wanted to. So I shared a suggestion with him that he should update the specific photos that became exhibits with their exhibit number, and this way people.
I like that.
That way people know that, hey, I'm buying like a piece of like the Rittenhouse trial. It's pretty cool.
That's
Absolutely.
awesome. That is awesome. So you know, Nate, now that we've kind of talked about, you know, the events that transpired and the argument that is, I feel like it's sure to lose by Zaminski's lawyer. Is there anything that you want to say to people about this whole situation? I know you don't really want to comment on it, but you know, anything else?
I do just want to say that in regards to the motion, there's many expenses that people don't take into play, such as it's the beginning of a new year. My deductible that I was so close to meeting last year don't mean nothing this year. And so it resets. So it's like I have to pay all these bills before I even get any discounts or anything like that. And things get expensive. And then, like I said, more attorney fees have accumulated and things like that. And when I wasn't out there trying to do anything for profit, but trying to each give, send, go stated clearly what the funds were going to be used for. And I was trying, this new give, send, go was to try to get me out of Kenosha, because this isn't the place for my well-being right now, and that's recommended from doctors and a lot of things. But unfortunately, I have to have money to be able to do it, and then to get accused of doing this for profit, like it's sickening to me.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree, and I think that so the one part about this is I put myself in the shoes of Zaminski's lawyer. And if I were in his position, you know, he does have a duty to zealously advocate for his client. So he has to at least try, right? He has to put a good faith effort to try to advocate for his client, as crazy as he may be. And so I think that this is just the fact that they are reaching for the image of the give, send, go, I think is an indication that they really have no other argument. There's nothing else. There's nothing else that they could possibly point to in this case.
If you're just there to identify a photo, there's not a whole lot you're going to want to cross-examine on anyway. It's like, is this your photo? Yes.
Is it true and accurate representation? Yes.
Yeah.
Like, have you done anything to change the photo or edit the photo? No, it's just the photo I took. Like, how many questions can you ask? It's like, you know, I'll just testify for you because I already know all the answers.
And as we were discussing also, arguably his testimony helps Zaminski. He's a beneficial witness to Zaminski in that everything he said in the Rittenhouse trial was basically saying that Binger's office is out to get Zaminski, more so than even Rittenhouse. So in that sense, it's so bizarre to think that he has some sort of bias against Zaminski or he's out to get Zaminski when his testimony is beneficial, potentially. It's very beneficial, probably more beneficial than almost any other testimony Zaminski is going to get.
True.
Yeah,
from
it seems
Zaminski
like
himself.
it's the wrong fight to pick here. Let's pick a fight with a potentially friendly witness.
More friendly,
And-
at least.
But I mean, this is assuming that this is someone that is actually thinking strategically and thinking logically, right?
I think
based on
you
go
called
ahead.
it. They don't have anything else. It's
Yeah.
that's what you got to do. If you don't have anything else, you run with crap. But
One of the my earliest litigations is the first time I heard a phrase from my adversary who mistakenly claimed, but did make a claim that stuck in my brain forever, that there's an old adage that lawyers have, which is when the facts are against you, pound the table on the law. You should scream about the law. When the law is against you, scream about the facts. And both the law and facts are against you, scream your head off.
Yep.
So,
or isn't it pound the table? Isn't that
Pound the
what Viva says?
Yeah, pound the table. Yeah,
I
I'm
think
sure it's
that's
phrased
the-
different ways. But
that's
same
the Canadian
sentiment.
version. Yeah. Same thing. Yeah.
but yeah, so I definitely agree. I think that the facts are definitely not on their side on this specific argument. And I mean, about the case in general, well, we'll see, but there's plenty of video evidence, right? But I do think that, as personal as it feels for you, because I can definitely empathize, Nate, because, this is something that has been your way of climbing out of the hole that was created, through no fault of your own. And so this is like somebody trying to criticize that or trying to use that against you. And I definitely understand that feeling very, very personal. But I think that this is just a lawyer that's trying to reach for whatever they possibly can in this situation, which still sucks. It still sucks to go through, and it's still, it just leaves a bad taste in your mouth, right? So, but I urge you not to take it too personally, if at all possible.
I know, I understand Zaminski's lawyer has a job to do, just like all these district attorneys, and it just sucks that I'm the one that's always on the other side of it right now.
Oh, God, yeah, I know. So so it looks like the trial has been moved to March 26th.
28th, I think.
Or 28th. Oh, okay. You would probably know.
He would probably know. He's been told in writing.
I've been subpoenaed again.
Yeah. You've been voluntold.
go directly to trial. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I do believe it's the 28th.
Okay. So yeah, so then I'll take your word for it then, because you like I said, you would know better than me. But so end of March 28th is when the trial should be picking up, and hopefully this will actually be the end of it. So we'll see if any charges. Go ahead.
Always the
That
civil
morning
complaints.
That morning I sat in court for 3 hours before they made that decision.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
that sucks.
Yeah, I get the court. Judge Schroeder is extremely busy. There was a lot of cases on his plate that day, and then also a lot of trials scheduled. There was like 13 or 14 trials scheduled for that day, and Zaminski was going to be the second one. So,
Oh man.
and then suddenly, I don't know how we were that close, and then now we were months away.
Yeah.
I don't understand how that works.
Yeah. I mean, it's I understand that they have to do a whole investigation for it, and so they have to, really make sure that they do their due diligence on all of the claims and everything. So, and there's constitutional requirements and whatnot. So yeah, it sucks. It sucks, but but yeah, so at least hopefully it will be finished before April 1st, right? For you at least, right?
Yes, hopefully. I'm
Yeah.
really hoping.
All right. Well, I will definitely be marking my calendar. I know the rest of Law 2 probably will be as well. So we'll be paying close attention to
And
this.
I can definitely let you guys know if anything happens or changes.
Yeah. Yeah, please do. Please do.